this Liberal government will not cease to amaze us. I mean, different policy changes keep changing from the inception of 2024 till now. We've been hearing different kind of news from the immigration minister, from the Liberal government, from the prime minister. Today is not an exception. So the prime minister came in today and gave us this breaking news that for the next 3 years now, Canada will be reviewing rather its policy that was initially promulgated, the plan that they had for immigrants, permanent residents, and for temporary residents. They will be reviewing it for the next 3 years just because of the present situation of the economy right now. So in this video, I'll be dissecting what was the initial plan, what is the new plan, and what is the plan going forward. So I'm going to stay tuned. I will be back. Alright viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel. I still remember my humble self, MC Bernardino. This is Canada Reality, where I dish out content for those that are already in Canada, those that are planning to migrate into Canada. If this is your first time on this YouTube channel, please do me the honor, hit on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, so that anytime I drop a video, you always be among the first to get it. And for our returning viewers, kudos to you, we are not taking you for granted. Alright, so just like I said in the introduction, that Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, the Liberal government, they came in today and they addressed Canadians, telling us that because of the pandemic, because of the recovery of the economy, they are changing their plan. But before I delve into this, I need you to listen to the immigration, to the Prime Minister himself. I will talk, we'll come back and dissect this.
Minister Miller will be detailing our immigration plan. Before he does, I want to say a few things. Canadians are justifiably proud of our immigration system. It has made our economy the envy of the world. It's how we've built strong, diverse communities. It's how we've demonstrated that differences can and must be a source of strength, not a source of weakness for communities and society. Immigration is vital to our future. And as a federal government, we have to make sure that that pride, that faith in immigration is not undermined. We've been through a hard time these past few years. COVID stopped everything. When we started to emerge from it, workers were in short supply, things we needed weren't going to market, and prices started going up. So we acted. We made sure that our businesses had workers. Our economy got moving again. We actually experienced the fastest jobs recovery after the pandemic in the G7. Now, it is time to make the adjustments to stabilize the immigration system that we need and get it working right for Canadians for right now. Today, we're announcing that we will reduce the number of immigrants we bring in over the next 3 years, which will result in a pause in the population growth over the next 2 years.
Obviously, you've heard from the horse's mouth from the Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, telling Canadians that before, during the pandemic, the government, the country as a whole was in a low. After the pandemic, the economy was also in a low. They were trying to recover, and that was why they opened the country, they opened the immigration policy for more people to come in, so that those people can help, immigrants can help bring back the economy of Canada to the international standard. But now that inflation rate is now below 2%, everything has recovered to a certain extent, if not all. They feel that they should review that policy. They should close those doors that allow immigrants to come in. So these are the policy for the next 3 years. Initially, before now, you want to agree with me that the immigration minister before, they said in the section from the beginning of this year, Mark Miller told us that for the next 3 years, the plan for 2024, their plan is to welcome 485,000 permanent residents in 2024. For next year, 2025, 500,000, and for the year 2026, 500,000. So now let's look at what is their plan now for permanent residents for the next 3 years. Obviously, for the year 2024, the plan was 485. We cannot talk about that now. They didn't say anything about that. But going forward, next year, 2025, so they reduced. Initially, their plan was to bring in 500,000 for next year. But now they are looking at bringing 395,000 for the year 2025. I mean, permanent residents. Now, going forward into the year 2026, in their initial plan was to bring in 500,000, but now they are bringing in 380,000 permanent residents in the year 2026. And by extension, in the year 2027, they are looking at welcoming 365,000 permanent residents into Canada in the year 2027. That is their plan for permanent residents into Canada for the next 3 years. All right, so by extension, let's look at what is their plan, what is their projection for temporary residents into Canada in the next 3 years. So next year, 2025, they're looking at welcoming 445,901 temporary residents into Canada. Moving further into the year 2026, they are looking at welcoming 445,662 temporary residents into Canada in the year 2026. And in the year 2027, there's going to be a slight increment from the previous year of 2026, an increment of 17,459 temporary immigrants into Canada in the year 2027. So that is their plan. We hope they do not change it, but if they are in power, that plan remains the same. But if, unfortunately for them, if they are not in power next year, probably that plan might change. But that is the plan the Liberal government is giving us for the next 3 years. All right, so now let's talk about why this change in plan. Already, the Prime Minister already told us that it is because of the economy trying to recover post-pandemic. Everything has stabilized to a certain extent now. They are trying to reduce the number because there's huge agitation among Canadians that are in Canada. That's why bring people from outside when we that we're already inside, we are not well fed, we are not okay. What's the point bringing in people? That is the complaint. And the Liberal government, don't forget, there's probably going to be an election next year. So the Liberal government is trying its best to ensure that it holds on to power. Even within the Liberal government, internal caucus within them, they are even they're advising the Prime Minister to relinquish power because with him, they do not stand a chance to win election next year. But the Prime Minister has not done anything, he has not thrown it well yet. He's just trying as much as he could to make sure that he brings in policy that will be favorable just to make sure that Canadians vote for the Liberal government next year. So part of the reasons why we feel they are changing this policy, one is because of the election. They are not telling us that, but we know that. Two will be because of the housing crisis. The more people that we have, there are not so many houses to cater for the number of inflow of people that are coming into Canada, which is actually skyrocketing the prices of houses, rent, mortgage, whatever the case is. And also the cost of living is also going up significantly, which is also part of the reason why I feel this government, they feel that you should jump into this. They should try to reduce this number of immigrants that come in so that things will not degenerate further. Don't forget that Canada is a country of immigrants. Without the immigrants, Canada cannot. The economy is nothing. So actually, they need the immigrants to come in, but they are also trying their best to also make sure that they try to cushion it so that it doesn't go over the limit, the expectation. So you might want to ask me, so who are those, when we talk about temporary residents, their plan, so who are those that are covered? Temporary resident covers international students, it covers visitors, it covers those that are coming in on a work visa. Those are the people that are under that temporary residence plan. And when you're talking about permanent residents, those are people that are transitioning to become a permanent resident in Canada and eventually they want to become a Canadian citizen. So these two parts, there's a limit to the number of immigrants that they are looking to welcome for the next 3 years. Do you have any question, any concern based on this? You need more clarification. I would advise you to go to IRCC website where you can actually read more about this for yourself. And if you have any question, drop it in the comment section. Follow us on our Instagram, Facebook, Canada Reality. I try as much as possible to do justice to those questions. And if you enjoy this video, please smash on the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please, what are you waiting for? Hit on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so that anytime I drop a video, you always be among the first to get it. Till I see you in my next video, peace out. God bless.